Make no mistake, the devastation and flooding we're experiencing across Vermont is historic and catastrophic.
From the air, the scope of the disaster is unmistakable. Vermont's capital city submerged. The Winooski River unstoppable as it swelled to more than 21 feet, its second highest flood level on record, overtopping its banks and stranding hundreds.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Thomas. Some of you may know that I was supposed to run the Vermont 100 on July 14, but due to a massive storm that left Vermont partially underwater, the race was cancelled. The first time in its 34-year history, not counting the 2 COVID years of cancellation. It was the state's worst natural disaster since Tropical Storm Irene struck in 2011. Increasingly frequent floods fueled by climate change aren't just the only threat. Scientists around the world now have real-world data that the ongoing heat waves in the US, Mexico, and Europe would have virtually zero chance of happening without human-caused warming. In my recent trip to Anchorage, Alaska, I learned most Alaskans are in fact worried about climate change as they see with their very own eyes how progressively and rapidly the glaciers are melting. And if there's any doubt that humans are a major contributor to the pollution and hence climate change, just consider this fact. When half of the world population was under some form of lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and therefore less carbon footprints as a result of reduced travels, pollution in some of the epicenter of COVID-19 such as Wuhan in China and major cities in the United States and Europe were reduced by as much as 30% according to data released by NASA and ESA. As I run a marathon or longer distance in all 50 states in the United States and in all 7 continents of the world, I am further contributing to climate change. So over the years, I have developed a routine or a set of guidelines for minimizing my carbon footprint as much as possible when I travel to races. Here are some of the things that I do and some things that I wish I could do better when I travel to races, which can be grouped into 4 categories. Among transportation options, air travel is perhaps the most gas-intensive. The amount of greenhouse gas per mile produced by air travel is significantly higher compared to other forms of ground transportation. Even if you're driving a traditional car, your trip will generate fewer greenhouse gases per passenger than flying. But sometimes driving is just not a realistic option. If the race is located across the country, for example, you would end up taking more time, more cost for overnight stays and additional meals. I have a 6-hour rule. If I could reach the race destination in less than 6 hours, I would rather drive or at least fly non-stop direct instead of on connecting flights. Whether I fly or drive, I've always tried to travel light. When you pack less, fewer resources are required to transport your stuff. I never bring more than a hand carry and a backpack with me. Runners typically don't need much beyond a pair of running shoes anyway. Now, if the race is close to my home, I might consider taking public transportation or carpool to the race venue. Truth be told, I am really bad at this. I always end up driving by myself. I do try to pick a hotel that is close to the race venue and that offers a shuttle service to the race start or finish area, so I don't need to use my car on race day. Speaking of hotel reservations, I look for hotels that offer green choice programs. Whenever possible, I always stay at a hotel that provides its client the option for refusing cleaning service. In return, the hotel offers reward or stay points as an incentive. So it's a win-win situation. Even if you can't find a hotel with such option, you can still inform the hotel manager or front desk that you don't need to have your room cleaned or towels replaced every day. They will be more than happy to oblige. Of course, you can camp out in the woods. Camping out in the woods will not only use less water and energy, but also save some money and help you reconnect with nature. Unfortunately, I suck at this. I am just not that resourceful. Heck, I can't even set up a camping tent properly, let alone start a fire. Instead, I always pick a hotel that is close to restaurants and grocery stores, preferably within walking distance, and that is also not too far from the race start or finish area. Another strategy that I use to reduce my carbon footprint is to find and schedule an out-of-state or out-of-country race around my business travels. Sometimes mixing business with pleasure does has its perks. For food, I try to eat at local restaurants and buy from local grocery stores instead of giant chain establishments, because it will not only reduce your carbon footprint, but it will also support the local economy. Shopping for food and drinks at a local market is also a lot cheaper and healthier than eating out or ordering room service. And while you're at the grocery store, forget about buying bottled water. Bring a water bottle with you. Almost every decent hotel has a fitness center which is either equipped with a fountain water or a water cooler. Top off your water bottle with this free water so you don't have to buy overpriced bottled water from the hotel or grocery store. You can use the water bottle during race day instead of the paper plastic cup. I'm sure you've seen these sites before at any race event. I always have energy bars with me when I travel. They're light to carry with and always fill me up when I'm really strapped on time. I have been using Garuka bars, which are handmade with Vermont raw honey, and they use 100% recycled materials for packing. Furthermore, the company donates 1% of their profits to mountain gorilla conservation, which is also great. There's so many options for energy bars these days. Depending on your dietary preference, you can choose to eat energy bars that are made with organic ingredients to avoid the energy involved in cooking. Finally, you always have the options to choose to run a marathon that is close to your home. The closer the race is to your home, the less carbon footprint you'll leave behind. But this is not a realistic option if you're running a marathon in all 50 states in the United States. However, you could choose races that are making an effort to reduce their impact on the environment. Many race events are going green these days, so there are plenty of options. For example, this year, the Maui Marathon is switching to environmentally friendly reusable cups.
Organizers say the event uses approximately 20,000 to 22,000 cups, which is why they decided to make the move this year to be more environmentally friendly by using these reusable cups instead.
These cups are light, collapsible, so it's easy to hold while running. You can also put it in your pocket or clip it onto something. So rather than picking up the cup, drinking the water, then tossing it along the route, these cups stay with the runner the whole time.
There you have it. These are some of the things that I try to do to reduce my carbon footprint whenever I travel to races. If you have other tips or ideas, please do share them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching until the end and stay safe everyone.